Hi everybody, Jared here with Day Traders FX. It's a lovely Monday. I hope you guys have all had a great Monday. It's daylight savings here in the U.S. Just a reminder. So schedules are a little bit changing up. The U.S. and Canada has gone into daylight savings, and the others kind of start and go, and it takes several weeks for everyone to finally get through daylight savings. So keep an eye on that. The videos and chat will be updated as often as possible, and just kind of keep an eye on the new time zone. Okay, hopefully everyone had a wonderful weekend. I sure the heck did. But excited to be back to the charts and back to the markets. Just a quick little look at everything today. You can see we've had a nice winning streak in the Dow and another positive day, almost at 14,500 on the Dow. Pretty big day. We're up over 1550 on the S&P. Another good day there. Things are holding in there pretty well, but there's some interesting stuff to be looking at, so we're going to keep an eye on that in just a moment here. Once again, daylight savings, U.S. and Canada. No major announcements today. This week we've got some pretty good stuff, though. Tomorrow's a little bit on the quiet side. Manufacturing production report for the UK is about all that we have. And then Wednesday, we've got some pretty good stuff. Retail sales, New Zealand's got a lot of news with interest rate announcements and so on. And then later on in the day, we have Australian numbers for employment change and so on. So it should be a pretty big day on Wednesday. And Tuesday will probably have some good movement as well. But Wednesday's got a lot of news and so on. Thursday, we've got some Swiss franc news, and we've got the PPI for the U.S. and unemployment claims. And then the U.S. Friday, we have core CPI and so on. We have a couple of good announcements there. Remember, if you'd like to join us in our group and our daily wrap-up sessions and so on, you can do so by visiting Day Traders FX. Click on Join the Group, and if you just go to Sign Up Now, that'll just sign you up for a free 5-day trial. It doesn't charge you anything for 5 days, and if you cancel before the end of 5 days, then there's no problem at all. But we'd love to have you on with us. And so that's that. Okay, let's get right down to this euro dollar and see what we have going on here. Retail traders are pretty split on the euro dollar as far as what they are doing. About half are long and half are short, which is kind of interesting because it just reconfirms some of the chop that we've seen. We've had some decent movements on the euro dollar, and then the week before last week we had that big decline, and then it didn't do a whole lot the rest of the week, and then all of last week we had that big spike, and then NFP drove it back down, but still kind of fairly channeled. It closed the week basically where it opened. So here's the open of last week, and the close was, we ended up closing about 30 pips down for the week on the euro dollar. So not a lot of trend going on there. Here's what I'm looking at though now on the euro dollar. It's running down. We're still in this channel pretty nicely, and honestly I think we're going to stay in that channel for a bit longer. What I'm looking for here, though, is this channel right here. I'm looking to get a little bit higher up towards weekly resistance 1, towards about 130.75 / 130.100, and I'm looking to short from that area up there at the top of the channel against the highs of last week. So the highs of last week were about 131. 30, 35, right about there. So I'm going to be looking to short, again around 130.75 to 131.100 to continue riding this this euro dollar down. I think we're going to see some good movements off of that and some good activity. Keep in mind, watch the Friday highs and Friday lows. Our Friday low here is all the way down at about 129.55, and our Friday high is way up here at 131.35. So we have a big channel there, almost 180 pips, 175 pip channel. Big mover there for the news on Friday. So any breaks of that channel should perpetuate further movement. If we do break above this, which is why I want to short as close to this as possible, we could see a much larger move up, but I'm still looking to short against that Friday high and against the top of this 4-hour channel is kind of what I'm looking for. In our UK session, we just had kind of a brief UK session last night, but I talked about this and I posted this in the notes, which was watching this little high of the day and buying a break of that. And you can see that that is broken, and it ran up about 30 pips. It's not a really huge movement, but it's coming up there nicely. So ultimately, I'm just looking for this to continue to kind of creep a little bit higher, and then I'll be starting to look for some opportunities to short in that upper area. Okay, pound dollar. Pound dollar is getting interesting. This pound dollar is kind of moving all over the place. Again, from our UK session last night, we drew some trend lines in there and talked about a break. You can see that we got about 50, almost 50 pips of movement out of that move last night. So that was a good little profit potential. Here's what I'm looking for on the pound dollar. Retail traders are still fairly are still fairly long pound dollar, which means that it could continue to push lower. But a couple of things that I'm looking at here are I'm looking at this reversal candle right here, which could turn out to be a reversal candle when we get that new candle out, which shouldn't be too long now. So making a new low with a positive candle looks like that could turn this just a little bit higher. So that's kind of one thing that I'm looking for. And I'm just going to watch this right here. If we can break this little recent swing high, I think we've got a good chance to run into that missed weekly pivot, which is a 40 pip trade away. If we don't get that, then I'm getting a little more interested in this situation here that we're already seeing in play, where we're breaking away and we might be making a little bit of a run back into these lows. So watch this trend line, watch the trend line, watch for a break, watch for everything. We could see this start to ride lower. But again, I'm kind of waiting to see how that daily candle turns out, and if it does end up making a nice little move there. So we're going to keep our eye on that and be ready for some of that. The Aussie dollar. Now, one thing to remember about the Aussie dollar, remember that we talked about this last week, this big reversal candle that we had, which was all the way down right here, and then the Aussie dollar ran up, and it ran all the way back down. Didn't quite get to the high of that candle, but it got just about there, and then it's running back up again. So we're doing pretty well trading against this reversal candle, but so far it's just the Aussie dollar's been so choppy. This is week after week after week of just chop. So we're going to be really careful here. The levels, really the channel that I want to see broken out of that I will do some trading is above 10300 or below 10200. Anything in the middle I'm probably going to stay out of. So again, above 10300, below 10200. So we got to get out of this 100 pip channel that was basically the entire last week minus that whole Sunday night run there. So that's kind of what I'm looking for on this pair, and I think we'll have some good opportunity there. As far as some of these other pairs go, Euro Yen and Aussie Yen, not super interested yet. The Aussie Yen's looking pretty good with this channel. Watching this high, look for our Friday high. If we get a break of Friday high, this could be making a much bigger run up. So watch that Friday high. Not only is that Friday high, it's a big reversal candle on the 4-hour chart. Lots of good stuff there. So again, a break above that, which is around that's around 90, just about 9,900, just about 9,900. So a break above that should give us a move higher, but it also puts us in the top of this channel, so we could be seeing this push back lower. But again, I'm not doing too much on the yen pairs just yet. I'm just starting to kind of keep an eye on them, and we'll see where they go. But I think we've got some good opportunity on euro dollar, pound dollar, Aussie dollar for the coming little bit here. So we'll keep an eye on that. Best of luck, everyone. Questions, comments, let me know. Follow me on Twitter, and we'd love to have you in the group this week. So feel free to get a free trial over at Day Traders FX. Thanks, everyone. Talk soon.